Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie Nixon. I am a creativity strategist and the president of Figure 8 Thinking. I'm also the author of The Creativity Leap. And I'm really excited to be joined today by Tamera Maresh Carver, who is the Director of Development, Innovation, and Organizational Strategy for FEDEx, based in Tennessee. Hi, Tamera. How are you?
Hi, Natalie. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. And Tamara, you were one of the people who granted me some time for an interview when I was writing the Creativity Leap. So I'm really excited to have you here to be part of a Creativity Leap chat. And the first question that I'd love to hear your response to is, would you share a story about a time when you have made a creativity leap?
Yeah, so since I read the book, Natalie, it's so funny because you say in the book that people don't think they're creative. And now that I've read it, I think I'm constantly having creativity leaps. So this
Yeah,
like we
mission
made
accomplished.
and I'm like, rigor. I was able to poach the egg correctly. Wonder, the taste profile, right? So now I'm seeing this in
Awesome.
everything. It's really fun. But when I kind of reflected on this, I think the thing I'm the most proud of, and that was the most profound creativity leap for me this past year, was the ability to take my organization on a creativity leap. So, I'm a member of the HR organization at FEDEx. And HR, we deal with those kind of things like employee complaints and making sure that things are consistent so we can have a culture that can be a little bit perfectionist and a little bit what's tried and true and those kind of things. And while that's great for rigor, sometimes it can leave wonder on the sidelines just a little
True.
bit. In my group, we're responsible for innovation and we do all of the kind of fun, more IT world of HR. And so that was difficult for us to kind of exist in that culture. So this year we moved to an Agile mindset, and we started looking at how can we add value faster. And when we did that, then we had to be able to put something out that maybe wasn't perfect yet, but could continue to be iterated. And in doing that, we made, almost daily and weekly creativity leaps because we learned to let our customers be a part of the evolution of everything that we were working on. We kind of were able to bring in that inquiry and that improvisation and that intuition piece. We started talking about skating to where the puck was going to be, quoting the great Wayne Gretzky.
Right.
And Natalie, it made such a difference for us because we went from being afraid of our customers' feedback to embracing it, from being afraid of failure to being excited about what we could learn from it, and really from wanting to be able to check everything off the list to getting much more comfortable in that ambiguity that comes with continuous improvement and iteration. So I think that was our biggest leap this year.
That's a huge leap, and it's a big accomplishment for other organizations and team leaders that are just starting the process of shifting to Agile. How much time realistically would you say, retrospectively reflecting back on this, would you say it really it took your team to be comfortable with this shift in mindset?
Yeah, so I think the key to scaled Agile is that you can scale it for what you need. And so you can't be too rigid in it. You have to kind of allow some of that wonder piece and how it fits for the organization and making that work. For us, I remember we called our first PI chaos, and that was exactly right. And then as we moved forward, we started talking about things like velocity and critical mass because we got so much better about it. And wow, talk about the perfect timing to really come to fruition with something like this when we go into a pandemic. And so it took us probably a full year to get really good at this. But what do they say? The Chinese proverb is the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time it's now. So
Yeah. Well, good. Then you're right on time for a global pandemic.
there you go.
You did all the hard work to prepare yourself for this new mindset that we need to be agile and adaptive. That's awesome. Right. Well, thanks for that great example. What about who for you, living or dead, do you consider to be a wonder mentor?
So I think this is an interview that we could have daily, and I would probably say a different person every day. Because once you start to see wonder, you see it in everything, whether it's just the back porch and a cup of coffee in the morning. And it's in the profound and the mundane and in so many ways. And so Right now, I think that my wonder mentor would be Malcolm Gladwell. And I would say that that's true for me because he helps me do something that you talk a lot about in the book, and that's to ask a better question. And he challenges my normal way of thinking. And so that's what I'm enjoying about him right now.
I really like how you put that wonder is found in the profound and the mundane. That's awesome soundbite. It's really well said. And what about a mentor for rigor for you right now?
Oh my goodness. You know, I came into my HR role in a quality science role. So Sir Edward Deming, who they call the father of quality, is probably that person for me. I love the idea about how continuous improvement, we kind of can think towards, we ask questions around continuous improvement that sound like, how do I improve? In the example in the book, we talk about how do I improve employee turnover? And then when you start getting into that innovation space, which is also a part of continuous improvement, but a more expansive part, then you start to ask questions like, how do I create a company that nobody would ever want to live? So you go from how do I improve to how do I create? And that's kind of that other side of the coin, I think.
Nice, great example, and I like that it's a living person and also a person who's no longer with us. But yeah, so much. So our teachers are everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your thoughts and insights. Do you have any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with?
No, Natalie, thanks so much for letting me be a part of this. I share not just the book, but Figure Eight Thinking with everybody I can. I'm on your weekly mailer now, so that adds a lot for our organization. We use it quite often. So thanks.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much, Tamera.
See you soon.